Hello learners, welcome to TryWrite. Today we will be learning about data types and variables. We know that data types, they are the types of data, and variables, they are the variables. They are the variables having the values. Variables means things, those who have values that can be changed and or that can vary. And data types are basically tells us that they what kind of data that variable is storing. So data types can be primitive, non-primitive. In Java, data type specifies the type of data. It specifies the type of data a variable can hold. Java is a strongly typed language, meaning every variable must have a declared type. Means every variable must have a declared type. Now, what is variable? No, we are discussing about data types. So first we will discuss about the primitive data type. Primitive data types. It is basic type, which is not an object. It is basic data type that is not an object and holds a simple two-level values directly and holds a simple low-level value directly in memory. These types are predefined, predefined in Java language and serve as the foundation of data manipulation. They are predefined by Java language and serve as the foundation of data manipulation. Characteristics of these data types are primitive data types are they are built and not derived. They are built and not derived from any classes. They are efficient and fast in terms of performance and memory. Thirdly, they cannot call methods on them. They cannot call methods on them. Fourth, Java Java has exact and primitive data types. Java has exactly eight primitive data types. Primitive types are essentially because they provide the basic building blocks. So the data types can be seen as so the data types here they can be seen as Java has eight primitive data types. Yeah, it can be seen as here. Byte byte. It consists of 8 bits. It consists of 8-bit integer. 1 byte b 1 byte equals 8 bit 1 byte equals 8 bit. So then 1 byte here byte is the data type and v is the variable which is having the value 10, which is having a value 10. Similarly, short is a data type which is 16 bit. One short equals 16 bit, one short equals 16 bit integer, and short s equals 300. This tells that s is the variable and short is a data type and it is holding a value of 300. Now int 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 it is 32-bit integer. It is 32-bit integer. Here I variable having a bit data type integer, data type as integer, and is having a value 1000. Here long it is having 62-bit integer value descript. It is having 62-bit integer value integer in its memory. And long L this L is having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 this value and is having a data type long. Float float is 32-bit floating value. Float is 32-bit floating value and one float equals 32-bit one float equals similarly one float equals 32-bit floating value and float f equals 32.3.14 f, which means that f is the variable and float is the data type. This f having float data type variable having float data type is having a value of 3.14 f 3.14 f. One double equals 64-bit floating point. One double equals 64-bit floating point. Here double D equals 3.14. This D variable having data type as double data type as double is having a value of 3.14. Here D is the variable which is having a double, which is having a double data type, double data type is having a value 3.14. Is having a value of 3.14. So now char is one char equals 16 bit Unicode character C. One Unicode character, yeah. 161 bit, one char equals 16 bit Unicode character. Here, you know that character C is a variable having the char data type is having a value A, which is written between single quote signifies that it is a character value. Now boolean, which stands for true or false, true or false, and it's used for logical operations. Logical operations is and this true and false are logical values. This true and false are used as having logical values and are used for logical operations. This boolean flag, this flag, the flag having the flag having a boolean character, boolean data type, boolean having the boolean data type which is having the value of true, which is having a value of true. Now now primitive types are essential because they provide the basic building blocks for data processing and are used in variables, expressions, and control structures. Lists of data types we have seen. These are the list of data types. They are not objects. Unlike reference types, list of data types we have seen, and these data types are not objects. They are not objects. Unlike reference types like string or array, primitive do not have a method or properties. Unlike these strings or array, they do not have a methods or memory. Int x equals 5. We know that when shown on the console, when shown here, yeah, likewise we can show it here. Int x equals 5. Int x is equal 5. Here, here, x is not having any methods. No methods, nor not function, nothing, anything else. It is just having a value of 5. No method. There is no method. It is not a method variable. It is not a method variable. It is not a method variable. It is just having a value of 5. This is just having a value of 5, which is just having a value of 5. Similarly, if we write string, which is a data type, string is a data type. Likewise, int is a data type. String is a data type. String greeting equals hello world equals hello world. Hello world. So similarly, this is also not having any method. It is not this greeting variable is also not having any this greeting variable is also not having any of the method, any of the method value. It is just having a string data type, and the strings are written between double and the string data type which is written, and this string data type is written between double quotes. Yeah. In Java, in Java, we know all these things. In Java, data types specify the type of data and a variable can hold. In Java, data type specify the type of data and a variable can hold that data. Java is strongly typed. We know that Java is strongly typed language. So strongly typed language, meaning every variable must have a declared type. Every variable. We have every variable. Like here x is having a data type. X is having a data type, and similarly greeting is a greeting is a variable which is having a data type string, which is having a data type string, and hello is the value inside this, and hello world is the value inside this. Now coming on to variables. Now when we move on to variables, because we have studied about data types. Now let's move on to variables. Variables. What are variables? Variables, they store data for processing. They store data for processing each variable. They store variables. Each variable store data for processing. Each variable. It has a type. It has a type. Here the variable x has a type int. Here the variable x has a type int. Similarly, here, there can be a variable. Suppose name. Suppose name. 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 It's an identifier. It's because it will identify it will this name will identify a person, and it also will have a data type string string name name. Yeah, this will identify a person. Suppose his name is Ram. It's Ram. So it's a group of characters. So it should be written between double quotes, and it's a string now. It's a string now. So this name, which can be this can be name, and this is identifier. So it is identifier. So it is identifier. They are the means to identify the type of data. They are the means to identify the type of data. An optional value. An optional value. They have an optional value. Either you can have a value inside them, or you cannot have a value, or you cannot have a value. You can leave them null. You can leave them null. Suppose we are assigning name, string names, names equals nothing. There is no value. Suppose we are just initializing it. Suppose we are just initializing it, or we can just keep them null. String name we are initializing it, or we can keep them null. Null. What does it mean? It means that we can just put double quotes. Yeah, we can keep them as null. Yeah. Now, now we have moved on to this much far. So let's let's move on to some tasks to get our data to get our concept clear. To view our concept clearly, we should be moving on for some task. Moving on to the task. Moving on to the task. Let's perform let's perform a task of declaring and initializing variables for the name, salary, and printing them. Declare and initialize variables for the name, age, and salary, and print them. We have to give, we have to initialize the name. We have to give the name. We have to give a name, a age, and a salary, and print them. For this, we will moving on to this compiler. We will moving on to this compiler. So we have the class. We have a class whose name is main, and this is the main line of whose name is main class which has name is main, and this is the main line of Java main method. Class whose name is main class there is a class whose name is main, and this is the main line of Java main method, where we have the where we have the name we have the name whose data type is string. Name is a variable. Name is a variable. Suppose we are giving the name as Alice. It can be Ram, it can be Shyam, it can be anything. So because this is a variable, so it can be Ram, Sham, anything. It can be Ram, Sham, it can be Ram, Sham, anything. So and now comes the age. Age is also variable. Age is also a variable. Age is also variable. It has data type integer. It has a data type integer. It has a data type int. It has data type int because we are having passing only integer value, whole numbers, not having decimal parts, which we are passing only integer part, not having decimal part. And now there comes salary. It has a value double. Why double? Double. It has data type double. It has a data type value, no values. It has a data type double. Why double? Double is a data type because it has decimal part also. It has decimal part. That's why it can be named as double. That's why it can be named as double. So finally assigning these variable a data type. Finally assigning these variables a data type and giving the required values. Suppose for a string we will be having double quotes. Within the double quotes, for integer value we will be having only whole number part, and for double we will be having the decimal part also. For having double we will be having decimal part. We will be finally printing all this program, and finally After running the program, we will be seeing the output on the console. The name is Alice. The name is Alice. Name, name, name within the double quotes. Message. This is a message. This is a message plus the name. This message plus the name. Name. This is the name. Name. Back name. Double quotes. Message plus the variable. Message plus variable. Message. Message within the double quotes and plus variable. Similarly, here it's age, which is the message plus the age plus the age, which is the variable, age plus age variable. Similarly, here is the salary within double quotes. This is a message. This is a message. This is a message within the double quotes, and the salary is a variable. Salary is a variable. All these things are printing on this console very much easily. The name is Alice, age is 30, and salary is 55,000.5 dollar. $55,000.5. Now move on to the next task. Calculate and print the area and circumference of the circle with a given radius. With a given radius is already predefined. We have to calculate the area and circumference for the circle. Now moving on to this task, we have the radius which is already taken, which is radius which is already taken. We let the radius be double type. We will take the radius as double type. That is 5.0. 5.0. It is having a decimal part. So the radius variable. So this radius variable is having a double data type, and having a decimal point value. This decimal point value 5.0. 5.0. To calculate the area, we have the double part. We have the calculating the area which has the double part. Why the double part? The area will be of double part. Why? Because we are initializing a double part here. We are initializing a double part. On calculating the double part, the value will come as double only. So area which has double data type. Area is a variable which has double data type, and math.py. This will represent, this is the inbuilt function which represent, this is the inbuilt function which represent 22 by 7, which represent 22 by 7 into radius multiply with radius into radius multiply with again with radius, and circumference. For circumference, this is a variable, because if we change the value of radius, the value of area and circumference will change. So this is variable, so this is variable. And so for variable circumference, similarly we has a double part here, because we are calculating the radius, we are calculating with the help of radius which is already double. So we will be taking the this circumference as double circumference equals 2 into mat.py, 2 into 22 by 7 into radius, which is a double part, 2 into, so final value will be in double part only. Finally printing the message plus the radius, message plus the radius, message radius which is taken as the input, and message plus the radius which will be the variable, and the area which will be the message, and area which is the final output come for all the area calculation, this area. And similarly the message circumference message within the double quotes circumference equals this calculated part, this variable part circumference, which will be coming as circumference here, which will be shown as circumference here. So on running this program, we can see the output on console. Radius 5.0, area 78.539, and circumference 31.4159. Now, now we will be moving on to the next point. Next part, convert temperatures. Convert temperature from Celsius. You have to convert the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. You have to convert the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. For this, we will be taking the Celsius. We have taken the Celsius 25.0. Initially we have taken the Celsius as 25.0. Celsius is the variable. Celsius is the variable. Its value can be anything. We can take it 30. We can take it 50. So similarly, we have taken it 25.0, and it has data type as double. Why double? Because it's having a double after decimal part also. Decimal 22, 25.0. So after calculating something that will be obviously coming in decimal, after its calculation, something that will be coming as an outcome as in decimal only. So to convert into Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, we should have a variable Fahrenheit. We should have variable Fahrenheit with a data type which are data type double, which have with a data type double. And to calculate the Fahrenheit, we should multiply this Celsius. We should multiply this Celsius by 9 by 5. By 9 by 5. Finally, add those value by add those value to 32. Finally, add those value to 32. And on calculation, assign those value to the Fahrenheit variable. Assign those value to the Fahrenheit variable. Fahrenheit variable. Fahrenheit variable. Yeah. Hmm. Now, when we run this program, we have taken the initial Celsius as 25. We have taken the initial Celsius as 25. We have taken the initial Celsius as 25.0, which is a double part, which has taken the initial Celsius as 25.0, and calculating to the Fahrenheit. Calculating the Fahrenheit based on the formula Celsius 25.0 into 9.5 into 9 by 5 into 9 by 5. Finally, adding those value to the 32. Finally, adding those value to the 32. Finally, we are getting Fahrenheit value as 77. Finally, we are getting this final value as 77.0. Finally, this is value coming as 77.0. Now, thanks. We'll meet in the next class.